The next panel is Noah Pennington, Lainey Duro, Tricia Heflin, David Wheeler, Cheryl Wyblew, Janice Sue Seddon-Ryan. They will be followed by Shannon Stala, Susan Pinchovsky, Maria Myella Banks, Rachel Forrester, Lee Cuddy, and Kelly Gill. And that is the end of Group 2.
Madam Chair.
Senator Rodriguez, for what purpose?
For the purpose of providing some clarification to comments that have been made, including by yourself, wondering what the position of the TMA is on this bill. I think you said that you think they're neutral. I have a letter here, which I assume may have been sent to the oath offices as well from the TMA, dated to today, as a matter of fact. And while they point out that doctors, members of the association, poll on both sides of the debate, they say that they do have concerns with legislative intrusion into the patient-physician relationship and the details of the practice of medicine. And they say further that TMA is concerned that this bill sets a dangerous precedent of the legislature prescribing the details of the practice of medicine. And they basically conclude by saying the patient-physician relationship is one of mutuality and trust. TMA strongly opposes any legislation that interferes in this relationship. And this is signed by Dr. Stephen Brotherton, the president of the TMA. So it sounds like they are staying neutral as we understand the terminology here, but based on their letter, it sure expresses a lot of concerns about the legislation.
Well, thank you, and I'll look. I haven't obviously
been in
my office to get that letter, but it has been portrayed to us several times that TMA opposes the legislation, and I just want to be sure that that is correct, and thank you for bringing that to the committee's attention.
Madam Chairman.
Who is talking? Senator Campbell.
Yes. I was just
looking at it. Yes.
You know, I think that TMA does, present some questions that, Dr. Dewell, Senator Dewell did address. Number one, they don't speak for all physicians. Well, certainly the 3 physicians in the Senate support this bill. A lot of their membership also is supported by the fact that you have to buy your insurance, be a member, to be but taking that away, I think we've heard testimony today about how physicians are not maintaining the rapport they need to have with ladies going through an abortion. And so we need to make sure that relationship is there. So it's not interfering with a physician having a relationship, a rapport with the patient. It's making sure that they do have explanations, discharge instructions, and things like that, which is a good philosophy to have. And from a physician's perspective, it's first do no harm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Senator Uristi.
I guess it's a question to Dr. Campbell, Senator Campbell. And I understand that TMA is neutral on this bill, but your comment is that TMA does not speak for all doctors. So when are we as legislators supposed to know when TMA does take a position, whether they're for or against? When are we supposed to know when they're representing the doctors?
Thank you for that question. I think the source most close to you would be the physicians in the Senate. So asking us, and not really meant to be, I'm just saying that we have had experience with TMA. We are, all of us are practicing physicians. I think that's a very legitimate question because I think it does bring home a point for somebody who's not a physician. Well, how do we do this if they represent a large membership?
Okay.
And I'm just telling you that
I'm going to ask that we continue with public testimony.
Can I just respond to that?
I knew that was going to happen.
Well, I think it's a legitimate question. No.
Well, I understand, but I also know that there are people out there that are waiting for hours, and I don't want to, we could continue this discussion if members choose, but Senator Garcia, I hope you can make it in 15 seconds.
It'll be short, because I think if she expects us to respect the doctors in the Senate to say that TMA doesn't represent all doctors, well, then she should respect the lawyers in the Senate to say that we think this bill is unconstitutional.
I knew that was gonna happen, Senator Hoffman.
But this lawyer needs to speak up and say that Senator Garcia doesn't speak for all the lawyers.
Okay.
Thank you. Make it clear.
Whose light is that on? Senator Schwartz, you just turned Senator Hoffman's light on. All right, we're going back to public testimony.